Guys, Chris McDonough is joining us, director of the Cold Case Foundation, former homicide detective, host of the YouTube channel, The Interview Room, where I first found him back on the Kohberger case. And you can find him at coldcasefoundation.org. Go ahead, Chris.
So, Nancy, we've all, a lot of folks have been commenting about, this hit and run situation in terms of his shoes, getting knocked off, et cetera. But if we take a closer look at the shoes that he was wearing.
Hold on just a moment. So, Fox Nation, there are photos of Stephen Smith's shoes, which I was leading up to Chris McDonough, but thank you for keeping me on my toes and going completely out of sequence. Go ahead. Let's talk about the shoes. What do you see?
Sorry about that.
Hold on. I'm pulling up a picture of the shoes for me to look at. Go ahead.
Okay. So if we look at the bottom of the shoes, we see wet mud and dried mud on the side.
Mm-hmm.
That tells us if you go to the top of the shoe on the bottom, if there's a smooth part of that mud, it's very smooth if you zoom in on it. And if you look at that and then compare
Wait a minute. We're on the bottom of his left shoe?
The entire shoe bottom has mud all over it.
Mm-hmm. I see that.
It's compact.
It's so compacted, it's covering up the tread. I see it.
Yes, ma'am. And so if you go towards the top there, the front of his foot, you see where it's smooth.
Yep.
Now, that is really interesting because if you look at the texture of the roadway, you would think you would have an impression of that texture in that wet mud. And it's not there. So that made me start thinking about, okay, does this theory of placement, i.e. a second area where this actually occurred, to Eric's point earlier, I would submit to you, these shoes are a huge clue